Hello and good morning. Welcome to your Thursday, the 20th tarot readings with me, Ham, using the Midnight Magic Tarot deck of mushrooms by the lovely Sara Richards. I love these. These are my favorite tarot ever. There's something very magical about them, and obviously they're called Midnight Magic. There's something very magical about them, and I love the messages that they come through with. This week's been an interesting week because I've been using the book. Don't normally use the book. Never. I don't think I've ever used the book, if I'm honest. Or maybe I have. Maybe I've used it for a card here and there. But yeah, let's get our cards for today and see what the angels want to tell us. So exciting. There's been a bit of a theme this week. The theme of the week's been lead, and actually start to bring service out and do the things that you're supposed to do and share the vision and the wisdom that is within you. Right, ready? Let's have a look at our first card. So the first card is Five of Swords. Am I reading it from the book, angels? Let's have a little look and let it inform what I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to do it a bit differently today. Um, they're talking here about, that card's talking about um actually approaching a situation head on as colleagues, where you can have a win-win situation rather than in conflict. So it's talking about a lack of conflict, no need for conflict anymore. Anything else, angels? So they're talking about yesterday's readings. If you haven't watched them, watch them. Where there was the bloodline shifting and the ancestral code breaking. And the angels are saying that it's done now, no more conflict, it's over. You've done the things you needed to do. You've lived the experience you needed to live. You've learned the things you needed to learn. Let go of anything that's still coming through for you, whether it's viscerally, subtly, physically, situationally. Step outside of that. Remove yourself from the conflict. This is now about win-win, not my way, your way, you lose, I win. Not. This is about two people creating a team, or three people creating a team, or four people creating a team. This is teamwork at the top of the energy, at the top of the mountain, the angels are saying. I said, as you make your steady progress up, you're now going to work together cohesively rather than working separately. Now, there's an interesting thing here because the angels are saying that there was a point where everything was being worked at separately. They were doing this, and this was happening here, and this was happening here. Now, what the angels are saying is we're moving into a collective vision of connectivity where people are working as a whole. And as a whole, we begin to see that it's not competition we need, it's connection we need to create what we need to create. Now, let's have a look at our next card. And then you've got the Five of Pentacles, angels. What we got with the Five of Pentacles? Yeah, okay. Have a quick look. They're telling me to, they really do want to give you the messages and the cards today. So be adaptable. They're talking about adaptability here. So you don't lose something. You might lose something. Maybe you lose something through a difficult situation, or maybe you lost something through this journey that you've been on that we've been talking about. Angels, is that what it is? They said loss is an interesting concept because loss can be seen in many different ways. And the angels are saying you may have lost something that held you back. You may have lost something that you required, but it doesn't work with your life anymore. You may have lost a whole vision of a life that doesn't work anymore. But they're saying that it doesn't matter. Something can come out of that smoke screen because there was a smoke screen around this. And the information wasn't pertinent. And the angels are saying that you now can move and shift into a brighter vibration because life is bringing you something different. So if you do lose something through in any capacity, the angels are saying that gain will come despite or in spite of it. Okay. Now, before we get to our final card, I'd love a thumbs up and a subscribe and or a subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, welcome, by the way. It's so lovely to have you here. Absolutely love that you're here. And by the way, I just want to introduce you to my little friend. This is Munchie. Say hello to Munchie. I love Munchie. I remember someone saying I was such a big kid having things like this. So what? Be a big kid. Those people who say you need to be a grown-up, they've lost sight of the reality of what the world really is. Okay, my darlings, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen's here for a very, very specific reason. The angels are saying we've been guiding you all week to really rise into your sovereignty, rise into your full potential, start serving, start leading, start actually living your life the way you want to. Now, here's where the interesting part is, right? You know, when we were talking about the ancestral code breaking, bloodline shifting. You've shifted to the point where you are now able to put boundaries up and live your life in spite and despite all that stuff that happened with your family. Maybe, look, family, work, colleagues, friends, peers, people can influence us and they can have um, very huge impact on the way we live our lives. This also involves when we will ask validation, that validation can also impact our lives. What the angels are saying here is you are the Queen of Pentacles, your sovereign being. You do not need to let anyone actually influence your life in that way anymore. This is a point now where you validate your life yourself, you make the choices yourself, you live a life of light rather than a life where chaos and control and coercion may have been mixing with what you were doing. Namaste, everyone. Have a glorious day. Take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Lots of love. Love you all. Take care. Bye. Love.